Shall we talk about how Nintendo have
Mm-hmm.
announced a new Switch, which was rumored for a long time.
Yeah, makes sense. That's pretty standard, right? For consoles to they release their fat version, and then after a few years, like, hey, here's this skinny version.
Well, it's got less stuff in it. So, like, the Nintendo Switch Lite, you cannot take the handles, not the handles, the Joy-Cons off of them. There are no Joy-Cons. It's basically one single unit. And because of that, they do not have the Rumble, the HD Rumble. I think they called it HD Rumble, which is a
Yeah,
very
yeah,
fine-tuned Rumble and not a massive Rumble that you would get in a controller. They advertise that
right.
as a new
Like you,
thing because it's like a
I remember
really
reading that
subtle.
you can't play like 1-2 switch
Mm-hmm.
with it, but what you can do
Mm-hmm.
is buy. You can have separate Joy Cons and pair them and
Yeah.
use them with it, but you just can't take the ones that come with it off of it. That's all.
I don't believe you can connect it to a TV. I'm pretty sure you
No,
can't.
no, I'm pretty sure you cannot. Yeah,
So,
which whatever. Yeah,
and
some people. Yeah.
the screen's even smaller, like a little bit
Mm-hmm.
smaller. The
I
Nintendo
already
Switch
I will
screen,
say that's the biggest thing for me. So I
yeah,
feel like already it's pretty
yeah.
small. Like I played Mario Maker in my living room a little bit. I was like, let's take it off the thing and play it in the kitchen while I'm making some fucking food. And it's too small for me already. And this is even smaller. So that's just me. I like to use it as a television console 99% of the time. But I'm sure there are people who are just in the complete opposite use case who are only using it handheld, and so this is like perfect. It's like the 2DS to the 3DS. It's like that. Like, hey, let's just go towards the other specialty. Maybe we'll make it cheaper. I don't know that for a fact. I don't remember what the price comparison is.
I use a handheld for the most part because I've got too
Yeah,
many things HDMI'd into my TV, and I've got that
yep.
HDMI'd into my TV too. But matter of fact is, I've just got too much stuff going on my TV. It's just easy to pick it up and play and like look at it. Although it is a 720 screen, I believe, isn't it?
I want to say it's between. It's like the 1366. You know what I'm talking about? Like that in between kind of thing.
I'm
I don't
just
think it's
googling
quite
it.
1600 900, but it's like I want to
Well,
say it's above 720.
it's a 720p screen,
No, well, I wouldn't have known. It
and
looks fine.
when you shove it in your TV, it's capable of 1080, but the screen itself
That's
is,
right.
yeah.
I think it looks fine.
I think it looks okay. I would have liked it if it were more because obviously it's larger than a phone and has less resolution. So
Yep.
like I imagine they will come up with a Nintendo Switch Pro that is basically large with a battery that's larger, a different pair of Joy Cons that are more like Xbox gamepad style, and has 1080p. That would be great. It's the truth.
Here's something I wonder too, and I don't have a ton of Switch games. I have a decent amount, but I can't think of any Switch games I have that the frame rates aren't good. They seem to all be pretty well. I'm trying to think of any games that would like truly have a noticeable benefit from having like a pro version of the console. Because I can't think of any honestly. Like the ones I have seem to work.
Yeah,
So I know Doom is on the Switch, right?
hmm
So that might be one of them. I already own it on Steam, so I don't feel like getting it on the Switch. But I could see that benefiting if they were to go to a pro version.
What is the Nintendo Switch screen FPS? I wonder.
I bet it's 60. I bet it's 60. I feel like Super Mario Maker looks like 60, but I don't know. It could just be like a really even 30 with no dips too, because sometimes it can be hard to tell if it's like really stable. Which
Yeah,
either
it
way,
runs
as long
60.
as it's
It's
stable,
running at
that's what I
60
thought.
FPS at 720p, which is actually
That's
fine.
good.
I
It's really
just
good.
I just really would love to play Zelda handheld in 1080p. It's the truth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a
That'd
big
just be
one.
really nice. But,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think at this point that if a new Nintendo Switch came out when I already have a Nintendo Switch, I wouldn't buy it. But if I didn't have a Nintendo Switch right now, I'd probably lean towards that Lite model because it's like $200, £200 roughly around that
Mm-hmm.
mark. Whilst my Nintendo Switch, which I hesitate to buy, which is £300, and it's a lot of money to spend just to play Zelda and Mario Kart. Because let's face it, like when it was new, those were the two titles that you really wanted to play: Zelda or Mario Kart.
Yeah, there's a lot of mileage with those two. I think they started off on a good foot.
I really
Good
enjoy
footing.
Zelda. Don't get me wrong. Like, I really enjoy it.
Yes.
But like, £300 lots. I actually had like a video games related interview at the time, near enough, and I was like, I really like the way that looks. And like, have you played it? I was like, no, because I can't justify £300 to play Zelda. So I waited a while.
Yeah.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, I don't think I've ever. It's good to buy a. I don't think it's good to buy a console for a game. Have like 5
Mhm.
that you want to have. Maybe get 2 of them. One of them when you start.
I
But
also
have a decent
understand.
amount. You know.
I also
Buyer's regret
understand
hurts.
like buying a console to play a game. I sort of get it if it's like that console's killer app, you know? Like
Yeah.
that
Sure.
game is so good. Like my friend bought a PS4 just to play Bloodborne. That's the power of a game. So like people will buy a console just to get at a game. The future will probably
Yeah.
see less of that, is the truth. Because we're
And
going
it's
streaming.
you could say that you're buying a console for a game, but really okay, so maybe at the time Bloodborne's the only thing that's catching your eye. You're like, I'm gonna get this only knowing that Bloodborne is good on it. But how is there not gonna be other good games on the newest Sony console? Like there's going to be.
Mhm.
So really there's less risk than just having one game. So at least there's that. I don't know, some people though like just don't. I have friends that just aren't into Nintendo. They're like, no, it's just I just don't like the gentrified kid game aesthetic thing. I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
They need to grow up.
I agree.
They need to stop
I get
being
it.
such pussies. But like, listen.
Oh, I'm so scared to play games without blood.
These people who want like realistic games and stuff, those games have put too much time into being realistic and not enough time into being fun.